Hello everyone, this is author, motivational speaker, and dating coach Matthew C. Horne, and I bring you a video tonight titled, Being Indirect with Women Means You're Not Serious About Progressing in Life. It's brought to you by my books, How to Get Beautiful Women and Everything Else You Want from Life, in addition to How to Be Appealing to Successful Black Men for Black Women. They're both available at my website, www.matthewchorne.com. Get your copies. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and to continue to push with the algorithm so I can continue to bring you these elevated messages. But let's get right to it. Being indirect with women means you are not serious about progressing in life. If you're indirect with women, it's an evidence that you are not serious about making true progress in your life. Being indirect with women, being afraid to tell them exactly what you want and why you're there, that lends itself to wasting time. Every man should understand where he should put his time and his energy, and where the important things in his life that are going to progress him. Putting too much time and energy into women is going to move you backwards in life, okay? It's just going to move you backwards. Because women are no more valuable than you, and sex is an equal exchange. So it doesn't deserve an inordinate amount of time and energy to acquire women and to acquire, physical encounters with women. It doesn't take that much time and energy. So the things that are going to progress you in life are your mission, your vision, your purpose, the things that speak to you, that still small voice that tells you exactly why you're here, what your purpose is, the different seasons of life, where you should be putting your energy and your time into. Those are the things that are going to progress you in life. And so you're not serious about progressing in life if you're being indirect with women and giving too much energy into acquiring something that is an equal exchange. You're not serious about the rest of your life. And the rest of your life is way more important than women. Your greatest creative resources are time and energy. The most important of the two is time, because you can have the energy, but if you don't have time to put your energy into, then your energy is mute. That means you're going to stay in the same space. You're going to have another birthday. You're going to be in the same exact place that you were the previous year because you weren't properly dispensing your time and your energy. And if you're not properly dispensing your time and your energy, it's because you think women are better than you. You think women are more valuable than you. You think that they are worth putting time and energy into acquiring. And if a woman, and sex is an equal exchange, you have to ask yourself, is it really worth putting that much time and energy into acquiring? Because if you are putting an inordinate amount of time and energy into acquiring women, that means you're going off of hope. You're not being direct. You're being indirect, okay? Being indirect lends itself to having hope. Hope is not a masculine trait. Hope is a trait that puts you in direct submission to women because you're considering what she wants above what you want. If you're a man of purpose and vision, you're very clear on yourself. You have a very clear understanding of yourself, and you know what you want. And you progress in life because you're not afraid to tell life exactly what you want. You're not afraid to put your energy into spaces that are going to elevate you and confront the various things that you need to confront in order to get to where you need to be. Put that energy and that time into those things. You're not afraid. That is a progressive man. That's an elevated man right there. That's a man of vision and purpose, destiny, direction. That's that man. That's the man that's serious about progressing in life. So if you approach women knowing what you want, but you're afraid to articulate what you want, you're going off of hope. You're putting unnecessary time and energy into the woman and hoping that she gives you what you want. You're in submission to her. And that's not a masculine trait. Masculine men identify what they want and they encounter it head on. And they become a man that is a match for what they want. So when they encounter what they want, they acquire what they want. Masculine men are not in fantasy land. Masculine men are deeply entrenched in reality, so much so that they become an exact match for what they want. They develop themselves. They go into deep levels of personal development. They go into deep levels of understanding themselves and being completely aware of themselves, so that when they step towards the things that they want, they know that they're deserving of those things. And they know they're deserving of those things because they regularly acquire those things without an inordinate amount of work. The work is done before you get there. That's the real work. And that correlates to women. It shouldn't be a bunch of back and forth and dates and small talk and letting her tell you she has to get to know you and all that kind of stupid shit. The real work is done before you get there. And when you do the real work, women are in complete recognition of who you are. They're extremely sexually attracted to you. She has that red beam of lust coming from her eyes. It's a regular thing. And that's how you know what you qualify for, because you did the work before you met the woman. If you do the work after you meet the woman, then that means you have not done enough work on yourself. You're not serious about progressing in life. You're going off of hope. And the woman knows that you're not masculine because you didn't talk to her in a straight line. You didn't move in a straight line with her. You gave her room to manipulate and play with you. And she'll play with you because she has a collection of men. She has a man that she's extremely sexually attracted to, who she let know didn't have to do any work because that man did the work on himself. She has the man for the conversations. She has the man for the dates. She has the man for the attention. She has a collection of men. But if you're serious about yourself, then you're only dealing with women who are giving you the best version of themselves. She's acquiescing and submitting to her highest imperative, which is sexual. That's how the earth stays populated. So you have to develop yourself until you can clearly see the best sides of women. And once you've had the experience of continuously accessing the best sides of women, you will not dwell in hope. You will be direct. You'll be direct. Because if you're not direct, then that is not a masculine trait, and you're in complete submission to the woman because you're considering what the woman wants above what you want. That's when you're in submission to the woman. And when you're in submission to women, you're going to put unnecessary time into acquiring, her presence, sex, intimacy, things like that. You're going to put unnecessary energy and time into that. And it's going to take you away from the other things that are more important that are actually going to progress your life. That's why it's so important to become a sexually attractive man, because that man is in full recognition as soon as he leaves the house. That man is in full recognition and regularly has women offer themselves to him. And that preserves your energy and your focus and your time. And it puts it in the places that it should be. So being in submission to women automatically means that you just don't respect your time. You don't respect your energy if you're dwelling in hope. If you're dwelling in hope. And, realistically speaking, as a masculine, sexually attractive man, like men should feel uncomfortable around you. Men should feel uncomfortable around you because the majority of men dwell in hope. Men should feel uncomfortable around you because they regularly see women lusting after you. They regularly see women offer themselves to you. And the only alternative is for them to elevate themselves and have the discipline that it takes to become a sexually attractive man, which is you. But most men are not going to opt for that, so they're going to despise you. They're going to go, anywhere from a spectrum of not liking you to despising you, hating you. And that's why men are supposed to feel uncomfortable. That's why a lot of sexually attractive men who are truly sexually attractive men, they know the hate is coming, so they just do stuff by themselves. They go out by themselves. When it comes to women, they're not hanging with their homeboys. They just do it by themselves because him and other men are moving at completely different frequencies and having completely different experiences. He understands he's enough. He's presenting himself, and the other men are selling themselves. They're going off of hope. And you're going off of your truth. The truth of accepting yourself, the truth of developing yourself, the truth of having a complete awareness of yourself and what you deserve and the exact experience that you desire. And once again, it's not fictitious, it's not fantasy land that you desire these things, because you've developed yourself to the point that you regularly experience these things. That's when you know that it's not necessary to put unnecessary time and energy into acquiring women, into acquiring sex. It's not necessary. And once again, if you find yourself doing that, you can look at parts of your life that are not progressing the way that you want them to, because you're putting too much energy into getting women, when the energy should be put into yourself. You're submitting to women. What do you want? What do I have to do to get you? As opposed to submitting to yourself and saying, what do I want? And becoming a man that's a match for everything that you want. That's when you submit it to yourself. And then once you submit it to yourself, you'll find women so captivated by you that they submit to you. And as soon as they meet you, they're captivated to the point that they feel the energy and the love emanating from you, from your pores. They see your look that's tailored to you. They see the work that you've done on your physique. They see the discipline, and they're captivated because you are a departure of a man. You're separate from what they're used to encountering. That's why they have to give the best parts of themselves to you as soon as they meet you, because they want to be in your space and they want to remain there. That's the direct man right there. The man is not direct because a dating coach told him to be direct. The man is direct because he understands all sides of women. And he's not giving the woman room to play with him and manipulate him. That's when you become a direct man, the true sexually attractive man. And you just want to watch who you have around you. And you definitely, as a sexually attractive man, you instinctively know that you don't brag to other men about having sex with women, okay? You don't brag about that kind of thing because they already see your blind spots. When there's a sexually attractive man in the midst of men who haven't worked on themselves, those men see women checking you out that you don't even see. Those men see subtleties in how women react to you that you may even miss, because they see an elevated man that they want to be, but they don't have the discipline to be. So to actually brag about getting women when they innately understand that you already are getting the women that they have to work for, that's going to put you in a dangerous situation. Because once they conclude that they can't be you, even though they want to be you, the next course of action is to eliminate you. That's what weak men do. They eliminate threats. Masculine, sexually attractive men are not threatened by anything or anybody. So you're operating at two different frequencies. And so you're not tempted to brag about having sex with women because women are not a conquest. They're just an experience. They're a regular experience by virtue of you being the sexually attractive man that is direct. So they're not a conquest. Only weak men brag about women because they think they conquered something. They think they got something that was more valuable than them. When women offering themselves to you sexually is your regular experience, it's nothing to brag about. Because the true conversation is the unspoken conversation. That's what I say in my book, How to Get Beautiful Women and Everything Else You Want from Life. The most important conversation is the unspoken conversation. That's the true conversation. And your presence is having a conversation with everyone around you, men and women. They already know. You don't have to say a thing. The only thing that bragging about women is going to get you is in some dangerous situations. It's your regular experience. It's a day in the life. And that's why it's such a regular experience. And women, you understand, they're no more valuable than you. So they're not worth bragging about. It's not a conquest. You had an experience. You had an experience that was exact. It was an exact match to the man that you've become. And it's a regular experience. It's a day in the life. It happens in front of other people on a regular basis because it's you. Because you've accepted yourself. You're not selling yourself. You're not going to the woman's side and crossing your fingers and hoping that you have a sexual encounter with her. You understand that she gives herself regularly to the men that she's captivated by. And you've become a captivating man. That's when it's regular and it's nothing special. That's when other men will ask you, oh, that girl that was up on you the other night, man, what happened? What happened, man? And he's like, yeah, we did. And you didn't have to go throw it in anybody's face. You just told the truth. Yeah, we did. Like, no big fucking deal. No big fucking deal. Oh, it was so good. I hit her this. Nah, man. A day in the fucking life, man. A day in the life. But you don't want to adopt weak habits. Okay, extending yourself with your time and your energy and your best creative resources that you've been given, extending that to the wrong places and extending that to women, that is a weak attribute right there. It's going to throw your life completely out of balance. You will not maximize the true potential that you have to fulfill the things that you're supposed to fulfill. Your life will not be the best it can possibly be if you don't know how to dispense your energy and your time properly. This is very important. And then you have some dating coaches who they celebrate dates. They cheer men on that call in their live broadcast. Oh, I got 3 dates lined up this week. And them motherfuckers, oh, cheers to you, man. He's following my program. He's in my group. He has 3 dates. Dates are for submissive idiots. Once again, dates are for submissive idiots. Because, you know, you'll have some dating coaches, and they'll talk about their intermittent experiences that they have with women who desire them sexually. And every once in a while they meet a woman, and, you know, the woman will be that attracted to them, and, you know, but then the majority of their experiences are taking women on dates. And these dating coaches will say, oh, I took her on a date, and I told her what we were going to do on the date. You know, we're going to get a drink or something like that. Then we're going to go back to my place. Like, you know, they laid it out. But if you're truly a sexy, attractive man, what is the date for? What is the date for? If you're truly a sexy, attractive man. So I'm beginning to just conclude something about this dating space, that it's filled with men who can't tell you the truth because they don't know the limits and the true sides of women. They don't regularly experience the woman's highest biological imperative, which is sexual. So their instinct is to tell you to take her on a date. I'm not that man. My channel, Matthew C. Horne Dating, I don't celebrate men who get dates with women. Once again, I'll say it, you know, proudly. I'll say it exact. Dates, men who take women on dates are submissive idiots. Because that same woman he's taking on a date, that same woman has taken a look at a man and said he can get it. And she made sure that she put herself in a sexual situation with that man. No time involved. And so the majority of these dating coaches are showing you how to waste your time and your energy, because they don't even know what it's like to have women desire them, you know, with a red beam of lust. They haven't pushed the boundaries of their own self-development. So how can they show you how to do it? How can they show you how to do it? Because once you push the boundaries of your own self-development, then you're going to have elevated experiences, meaning that women are going to offer themselves to you. And once women continuously offer themselves to you, it doesn't make sense to take them on dates. You don't take a woman on a date until she's been in your space long enough, shown that she's there because she sexually desires you, and she admires you, she reveres you, and she respects you. And this is taking place over time, and then you just get to a point where you're inspired to do a little something more for her. That's when you take a woman on a date. But if you believe that you have to overextend yourself and be indirect in terms of taking a roundabout way, taking women on dates and spending time with them, sitting on the phone and doing all that stupid shit, if you believe that's the way to get some pussy, then you're a submissive idiot. And I'm here to show you the way. So I'll call you a submissive idiot because I know that there's another way for you. And I've even heard, you know, people like, you know, I probably never named dating coaches, but like Alpha Male Strategy said something one time. And he talked about a year that he had sex with like maybe 50 women or something like that. And he talked about how much energy that it took. And he was saying, man, it's not even worth it. It's not even worth it. It was so much energy. All those dates I had to go on. And I'm thinking like, you know, Alpha Male Strategy says he's 6'4", 6'5", you know, I'm around that height. And yeah, I've had some years where, you know, I ran my numbers up past 50 and things like that, but there were no dates involved. It was literally just women saying, didn't even know my name, didn't want to know my name. Let's get out of here. You want to go have some fun? I had 15 minutes. Like, this is how women were talking to me. And there were no dates involved. It was just women who were just in immediate recognition because I did the work before I got to the woman. And Alpha Male Strategies was talking about doing the work after you meet the woman. He thought that was practical. And it just didn't register with me. And I'm not being critical of him because, I mean, he said some stuff that I agree with. I mean, he's entertaining. Like, you know, motherfucker's a celebrity, man. You know, shout out to him. But I'm just showing you the thought processes that are being sold to you. They're not complete. They're not taking you to the best possible place that you can go. And the only way to go to the best possible place is to have an understanding of the power of being direct. When you're direct, it's take it or leave it, I am enough. When you're indirect, it's I am not enough. And so you're shape-shifting, you're manipulating, hoping that she somehow, some way develops attraction to you and for you. But when you're direct, you understand that you are enough, and women validate that because they regularly offer themselves to you. So one woman tells you no, you don't give a fuck because there's always so many yeses around you. The woman who tells you no, the woman who tries to put you in a box, and the woman that's having regular sex with the man that she's sexually attracted to, but she can't pin that motherfucker down because he's so desirable. She's having regular sex with that man, and she has other men that are fulfilling her other needs because she can't get the complete man. So she's literally a Frankenstein. She's comprised of, different elements. She's put together. She's incomplete. And then you're indirect, and you play into her ability to move and manipulate men. But sexy attractive men, you need to have a square. You need to have something that you stand on. And you can't be direct until you're in complete submission to yourself. And when you're in complete submission to yourself, that means you're going to push the boundaries of your self-development. You're going to get the absolute best out of yourself because you're putting your energy and your time into valuable places. That's when you're in tune with yourself. That's when you're pushing the boundaries of your self-development. Once you push those boundaries, your life is going to be elevated. Everything that comes back to you will be elevated. Your experiences will be elevated. And then, once you push those boundaries, you're going to know the truth. And once you know the truth, you can never turn back. And I want you all to get to that side. You all need to get with me for some coaching, man. You all need to be tired of being frustrated, of putting so much energy into getting some pussy, when you could be putting that time and that energy into something that's actually going to progress your life. And then once you fully push the boundaries of your self-development, you're gonna have more sex than you've ever had in your life, with the least amount of energy that you ever put into it, because you put the energy into yourself before you ever approach the woman. And she's in full recognition of who you are. You're a departure. She's captivated. And that's your continuous experience. And it's your regular experience. It's your experience. Once you really push the boundaries of your self-development, you develop an instinct. You develop an instinct where you can immediately sniff out if a woman is not sexually attracted to you. When you really push the boundaries of your self-development and you experience the best sides of women over and over and over again, you develop an instinct. But a lot of you don't have the instinct because you don't love yourself enough to actually push the boundaries of your self-development so that you can know the truth. Once you know the truth, you develop the instinct. And once you develop the instinct, you never waste your time. You don't waste your time because you're direct. You're serious about progressing your life. You understand exactly where you should put your time and your energy. That's when your life is in balance. That's when your life is maximized. And that's when you're at your absolute best. The world is responding to you in accordance with the man that you've become. Not one wasted word, not one wasted movement, just direct speech towards everything that you want from life. This has been Matthew C. Horne, author, motivational speaker, and dating coach. Bring you a video tonight talking about being indirect with women. It's just saying you don't respect progressing in life. It means you're not serious about progressing in life. That's what I talked about, man. I hope you all absorb this one, man. This is a real one. It's brought to you by my books, How to Get Beautiful Women and Everything Else You Want from Life, in addition to How to Be Appealing to Successful Black Men for Black Women. They're both available at my website, www.matthewchorne.com. Get your copies. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and to continue to push with the algorithm so I can continue to bring you these elevated messages. And I still hear you all in the comments. You all make a video, man. Give us something. Talk about this, talk about that. If you want me to make a custom video, then you have to make a donation of $150 or more to my PayPal and my Cash App that's in my video description. There's a note feature on PayPal and Cash App. Leave the subject matter, the topic that you want me to make your video on. And then after you make a donation, and then I will have your video on my channel, Matthew C. Horne Dating on YouTube in 24 hours or less. If your subject matter is more in-depth than just leaving a note on PayPal or Cash App, you still make your $150 or more donation to my PayPal or my Cash App, and then you email me at matt@matthewchorne.com with your more in-depth subject matter of what you want me to speak about in your custom video, and it'll be on my channel in 24 hours or less. And if my video has been of value to you, if your thought process has been elevated as a result of encountering this message, then I want you to make a donation to my PayPal and my Cash App that's in my video description. I never tell you what to donate. Donate according to however you've been impacted. I don't take any donation lightly. I'm so thankful to everyone who donates. You all definitely continue to help me to grow and to elevate as I continue to bring you these messages and to help you to grow and elevate as well. And if you're in need of coaching, if my voice resonates with you, if you have different challenges and impediments in the dating space and different things that you've been unable to overcome, I'm your dating coach. Reach out to me for dating coaching at matt@matthewchorne.com. Leave coaching in the subject matter of the email. In the body of the email, leave your name, your phone number, and whatever issue that you're facing in the dating space. And then I will get back to you promptly with the terms of the coaching, and then we'll set a date and time, and the coaching will commence. And also, I'm still looking for 5 individuals for the year-long coaching and mentorship journey. In this year-long coaching and mentorship journey, you're going to get a minimum of 3 coaching calls per week, and you're going to have 24-hour access to me as well. You can call me, email me if you're in a situation with a woman, you're having a different challenge with women in life, anything that you're facing, and I'm going to have immediate answers for you. We're also going to meet up in person after I've coached you over a period of time and I've seen your progress. And it starts with you telling me exactly where you are and where you want to be. And then I'll do the assessment, and then I'll get right back to you. And then we'll decide if we're a good fit to work with one another over the course of a year. There's going to be some life coaching integrated into this as well, because you have to become a certain type of man to get the exact outcomes that you want for yourself in your life. If you're interested in this year-long coaching journey, where I'm yours for an entire year, I want you to email me at matt@matthewchorne.com. Leave a mentorship in the subject matter of the email. And of course, leave your name, your phone number, and tell me about yourself in terms of where you are in the dating space and the dating game and where you want to be. I'll do my assessment, and then I'll call you, and we'll decide if we're a good fit to work with one another over the course of a year. And there is an investment involved, so if you're not willing to invest in yourself, don't reach out to me, okay? I'm not trying to waste my time, all right? But if you're serious about maximizing yourself and elevating, and you're willing to invest in yourself, then reach out to me, okay? And lastly, my school community, my dating coaching community on the school platform, okay? Magic is happening in that community. And if you're interested in signing up for my dating coaching community, then I want you to check out the link for my dating coaching that's in the video description, as well as pinned to the top of the comments. In my dating coach community, you get 2 exclusive videos that are made just for the community. They're not on YouTube. They're made just for the community every week. The members of the community are allowed to message me and give me topics that they want me to make custom videos on, and then I make them and put them in the community for everyone to view. Everyone's requests get made into videos. It's a magical space. Once a week, 8 p.m. on Zoom, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I have a Zoom call with the members of the community, and I do a monologue. I introduce a topic, and then we talk about that topic, and then after that, everyone in the community who's on the Zoom call gets to converse with me for an entire hour. Everyone gets their questions answered. There's a lot of heavy game being spit, a lot of deep revelation, and the men on these calls are getting breakthroughs. I'm thankful to everyone. If you're watching and you're in the community, I'm thankful for everyone who's in that community, and magical things are happening. So if you're interested in joining my dating coach community, and one more thing, Every video that I make is archived in the community. Every live Zoom call that I've had is archived in the community as well. So you can join the community and you can catch up, and then you can be present for the Monday Zoom and get right in line with everybody else who's been there. And we also have some different challenges that are going to be coming up in the community as well. So I'm going to do a 5-video series on becoming a sexy, attractive man. And then I'm going to offer even more after I do that. It's an amazing space of value that I want you to know about, my Matthew C. Horne Dating Coaching Community, okay? So visit the link and sign up. It's in my video description as well as pinned to the top of the comments. I've enjoyed spending some time with you tonight, and just continue to understand that your time and your energy is your greatest creative resource. If you value yourself enough to push the boundaries of your self-development, you'll understand the important places that your time and your energy deserves in your life. And it's definitely not with trying to get some pussy, I promise you that. And when you push the boundaries of your self-development, everything that you once worked for will readily come to you. And that's how you can consistently be in the space of beautiful women, but not overextend yourself in terms of giving too much time. There's other things in your life that deserve that are going to progress you. But by maximizing yourself and becoming your absolute best, everything that you desire in life is going to find you. I'll see you all soon.